People. Universal jurisdiction used against international criminals, as a matter of law, that the United Nations should be operating under, is a solution to end Benjamin Netanyahu's, and Joseph Biden's, mass killing of indigenous Palestinian people. Question. What is universal jurisdiction? International law recognizes that certain crimes are so serious that the duty to prosecute them transcends all borders, giving rise to universal jurisdiction over grave crimes in violation of international law, such as crimes against humanity, war crimes, genocide, and torture. Other specific crimes over which states may exercise universal jurisdiction include genocide, committed in times of war, war crimes, attacks on or hijacking of aircraft, crimes against humanity, such as torture, slave trade, piracy, and certain acts of terrorism. These are forms of customary international law, meaning an already long-established pattern of behavior that can be objectively verified, and a claim and prosecution can be carried out in defense of what has always been done and accepted by law. Example. Just like in 1961, universal jurisdiction enabled Israel to prosecute a senior Nazi official, Adolf Eichmann, for his role in the Holocaust during World War II. The same can be done against Joe Biden, Benjamin Netanyahu, and their co-conspirators for their roles in funding mass killing, and the mass killings of Palestinian children, women, and men. Under the Latin, jugentium publicum, meaning public law of nations. Obviously someone needs to inform at least one United Nations member to start the procedure for these two accused rogue state operators of international crimes, or start at the local level, climbing up to the international level to reach the UN. Then the UN member, or members should make their public announcement that they are using universal jurisdiction to prosecute these two primary international criminals, and their co-conspirators, against humanity on the grounds of genocide, funding genocide, terrorism, colonialism, etc. So people, please spread the word. Jugentium publicum is a type of law that governs the relationships between nations and international organizations. It also applies to individuals who invoke their human rights or commit war crimes. It is also known as public international law, law of nations, or law between states. Customary international law is a principal source of this legal system, which is legally binding and accepted by states. Examples. One example of jugentium publicum is the Geneva Conventions, which are a set of international laws that protect people who are not taking part in a conflict, such as civilians, medical personnel, and prisoners of war. Another example is the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which sets out the rights and responsibilities of countries in their use of the world's oceans. Amnesty International has research papers on universal jurisdiction, the duty of states to enact and enforce legislation, Chapter 7, Genocide, the legal basis for universal jurisdiction. This legal memorandum is designed to serve as a self-contained, comprehensive explanation for prosecutors, judges and ministries of justice and foreign affairs of the solid basis in customary and conventional international law for universal jurisdiction over war crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide, torture, extrajudicial executions and disappearances, so that they can ensure that such jurisdiction is exercised effectively. This will allow nations to exercise universal jurisdiction or to extradite suspects like Benjamin Netanyahu and Joe Biden to a state able and willing to exercise universal jurisdiction. The link below is provided for anyone listening to this video, to help in getting the help to our indigenous Palestinian mothers, fathers, children, grandmothers, grandfathers, grandchildren, that must stay alive, safe from these rogue state monsters, and live free.
Kechi Hina Anchimaka. I love you, Mother Earth.